серым, был бы зимний вечер пуст, если б теплым пряным жаром не порадовал ей буст. Санта-Клаус удар шведский, удивительный на вкус, и бодрит он не по-детски, хоть без градуса и мус. Днем и ночью ходят гномы, слышен снега тихий хруст. Шведы в городе и дома пьют божественную дыму, украшают стены зала, осторожно, Рождеством и Новым годом, дай вам каждому мир. Был бы день обычным, серым, был бы зимний вечер пуст, если б теплым пьяным жаром не порадовал меня муст. Санта-Клаус удар шведский, удивительный на вкус, и бодрит он не по-детски, хоть без градуса.
The Luminous Girls, Part 1. The hum of 1,000 tongues. The factory hums with 1,000 tongues. Wet tongues, pink tongues, tongues that know the taste of starlight, that lap at the bristles like kittens drinking moonbeams from a saucer. Lip, dip, paint. The mantra whispers through the workshop like a rosary for the damned. Maeve's tongue is a paintbrush. Her tongue is a prayer. Her tongue is becoming phosphorus and bone light, transforming into something that does not remember the taste of bread or kissing or ordinary Thursday afternoons. The radium paste glows green gold in its little dishes, rows and rows of communion wafers that taste like metal and promise. The supervisors call it undark paint, which is a joke, which is a lie, which is the opposite of every true thing. It is the most dark thing. It is darkness wearing light's stolen dress. Lip dip paint. She puts the brush to her mouth 400 times today. Tomorrow, she will do it 400 times again. The bristles tickle her lips. The radium tastes like pennies, like the future, like a boy's mouth tasted once behind the drugstore copper and salt, and something desperately wanted. Part 2. Small white gravestones. Time moves differently when you are becoming a clock. Margaret's jaw clicks when she chews. Tick, tock. Her teeth are small white gravestones in a graveyard that used to be her face. She painted them for Charles, painted them radiant, so when he kissed her in the dark of the movie house, she would glow like a secret, like a treasure, like something worth keeping. Now they fall out like kernels of corn. Pop, pop, pop. She keeps them in a velvet purse. 23 teeth so far. She counts them like rosary beads, like the days until the trial, like the lies the company doctor told her. It's syphilis, you dirty girl. It's your fault for being a woman with appetites. But Margaret knows the truth swimming in her marrow. The radium has made a home there. It has nested in the calcium cathedral of her skeleton, and it is eating its way out, room by room, bone by bone, building a palace of dissolution where her body used to stand. At night she glows. At night she is a lighthouse. At night she is a warning that arrives too late. Part 3. The girls' gleaming stations. The bosses wear lead like other men wear confidence. Lead aprons, lead gloves, lead screens between their soft bodies and the girls' gleaming stations. They know the radium for what it is, a beautiful liar, a gorgeous executioner, a wolf in angel's clothing. But the girls rosy cheeks and vim and vigor. So what's a little on the tongue, in the throat, sliding down into the red dark of their trusting guts? Molly dreams she is turning inside out. Her bones are growing on the outside of her skin now, breaking through at the hip, the shoulder, the jaw. She is becoming her own skeleton. She is wearing herself like a coat that doesn't fit anymore, that never fit, that was always designed for someone else to survive in. In the dream, she opens her mouth to scream and watch faces fall out. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Tiny, luminous circles that tick, tick, tick against the floor. Each one showing a different hour. Each one showing the moment she should have stopped putting the brush to her lips. But time isn't like that. Time doesn't work backwards. Time only moves in one direction, toward the grave. Part 4. The courtroom is full of ghosts. The courtroom is full of ghosts who haven't finished dying. They wheel Catherine in on a bed because her spine has dissolved into powder, into idea, into something that will not hold her upright anymore. Her hip broke while she was sleeping. Just broke. The bone deciding it had had enough of being bone, opting instead for dust, for air, for absence. The company lawyer calls them liars, calls them hysterics, calls them unlucky recipients of some moral disease that has nothing to do with the radium, the beautiful radium, the harmless radium that millionaires bathe in for their health. But Catherine glows when they turn off the lights. They all glow. The jury gasps as 5 women illuminate the courtroom like dying stars, like martyrs burning at stakes made of their own calcium, like warnings written in flesh and fire, and the awful poetry of preventable suffering. The lawyer has no words for this. You cannot cross-examine luminescence. You cannot discredit phosphorescence. You cannot argue with a woman whose skeleton is visible through her skin, whose jaw is held in place with surgical wire, whose very cells are screaming the truth in wavelengths the human eye can barely perceive. Part 5. The taste of the brush. Sarah dies on a Tuesday. She is 24 years old, and her body is 104 years old, and her bones are 400 years old, and the radium in her marrow will glow for 1,600 years after they put her in the ground. She will be dangerous to touch for longer than Rome has been ruins. Her mother cannot kiss her goodbye. The coffin is lined with lead. Sarah's body is a Superfund site, an ecological disaster, a love letter from capitalism written in isotopes that decay slower than empires fall. But before she goes, before the final light gutters, Sarah remembers the taste of the brush, the feel of the tiny watch face under her hand, the satisfaction of work well done, the pride of earning her own money in a world that wanted to keep her small and decorative and unpaid. The other girls, their laughter, the way they'd paint each other's nails during lunch, making themselves into constellations, into promises, into the kinds of women who could illuminate their own paths, the way she believed them when they said it was safe, the way she she believed them, the way she believed. Part 5, Glowing Graves. In the dark, the graves glow, rows of them, gardens of the radium dead. If you dig down, please don't dig down. You'll find the bones still luminous, still ticking off their half-lives, still glowing with the lie they were told. This will make you special. And it did. It did make them special. Special enough to die for. Special enough to be forgotten. Special enough to have their suffering renamed and repackaged and explained away. Until the truth itself became radioactive, too dangerous to touch, too expensive to clean up, too shameful to acknowledge in the bright light of day. So they glow in the dark instead, still working, still painting, still keeping time. Their bones are clocks that will never stop ticking. Their graves are warnings that no one reads. Their light is a scream that has no sound. Lip dip paint, lip dip paint, lip dip paint, forever.